Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll talk about stomach. So, stomach, first of all, we should know about structure of stomach. So, this is a structure of stomach in which the dome-shaped upper part is called fundus. This is fundus region. Okay. Then we have body. So, this whole structure is body. Okay, this whole structure. And if you can see, this last part is having a sphincter, which is pyloric sphincter. Okay, and this is called pyloric canal, and this part is also called antrum. Okay, and this is lesser curvature and this is greater curvature of stomach. So here esophagus is joining the stomach and having a sphincter which is called lower esophageal sphincter. So lower esophageal sphincter is guarding the opening of stomach near esophagus, and pyloric sphincter is guarding the opening from stomach to duodenum. If you see, if you looked upon this structure, you can see there are foldings present in stomach to increase the surface area, which we call ryugi. If we see ryugi microscopic structure, we can see that there are gastric pits present over here having various cells. On surface, there are always surface mucus cells. Why surface mucus cell? This is very important. So these are unlike other mucus cells which are present over here, mucus cells. But these surface mucus cells, they secrete thick gel-like mucus. First thing, thick mucus they secrete, and second thing, they also secrete bicarbonate, and they basically form mucus bicarb barrier over the stomach lining, which helps us in protection of damage of the epithelium from the gastric acid, right? So surface mucus cell, then we have mucus cell, and then the most important cell of stomach, which is parietal cell, which helps us secrete HCl and intrinsic factor, right? We have chief cells. Okay, and we have various enteroendocrine cells. So chief cells secrete pepsinogen, and enteroendocrines will see how basically they help in HCl secretion. They basically secrete histamine. Okay, so parietal cell is the most important cell if you see, and if this is lumen of the stomach, you can see that the parietal cells are arranged in such a way that these canals basically open toward the lumen, right? And they have a folding to increase surface area so that more channels can be there for acid secretion. And whenever we eat food, okay, that basically stimulate more foldings here, more number of mitochondria and more number of channel over here. So number of channel increases over this surface. Okay, so that is called basically active parietal cell. Now let's see the mechanism of HCl secretion, how basically stomach parietal cells they secrete HCl. So this is very basic. So this is lumen of the stomach, and toward lumen we have hydrogen potassium pump. You can say this is hydrogen potassium pump which uses ATP. So this is a active transport type of pump, uses ATP. So what happens basically in cell, we have CO2, okay, and that CO2 is going to combine with water inside the cell, and what they form is carbonic acid, H2CO3. Now that H2CO3 in presence of carbonic anhydrase is it convert into H positive and HCO3 negative bicarb. This bicarb, which is formed inside the cell, is thrown toward the blood. So here we have blood vessel. Here we have blood vessel present, right? So this bicarb is basically thrown inside the blood. In exchange, chloride from blood is basically thrown inside the stomach cell, parietal cell. Okay, now iron is transferring inside the cell, chloride, which via these chloride channel, these are basically leaky channel. So this chloride which enters the cell is going to exit the cell toward lumen. Now what we want for HCl secretion? Chloride that has come up. Fine. And there is hydrogen potassium ATPase which throw this H positive formed over here toward the lumen. So H positive also has come in exchange of potassium. So potassium is basically playing this role, right? And this potassium via leaky channel, it also leave the cell to blood. So potassium concentration in blood also rises, right? Otherwise, so basically how this channel is working, positive charge can come inside the cell if one positive charge can leave the cell, right? One positive charge can leave the cell. So to maintain this in all over our body, sodium potassium pump is present, because this sodium potassium pump, it send 3 sodium outside and 2 potassium inside. So negativity is basically uh, negativity is constructed because of this sodium potassium pump. So one positive charge more is sent outside, and that's why there is negativity which is created inside the cell. Because of this negativity, this potassium drag can be possible, and in exchange of that, this H positive can be thrown toward lumen. So we got H positive here and we got chloride here, which basically make HCl. So this is mechanism of HCl secretion, and this bicarb concentration rises because of this, which we call postprandial alkaline tide. Alkaline tide. So basically bicarb concentration increase in blood when we eat food because of this mechanism. So this is all about mechanism of HCl secretion. So composition of gastric acid, if you see, it's around, the amount is 1.2 to 1.5 liter per day. pH is less than 2. 99% is water. It has all the inorganic, the electrolytes. So sodium, potassium, bicarb, chloride, right? Uh, and most importantly, it has pepsin in active form, pepsinogen. It has gastric lipase, it has lysozyme present over here, it has intrinsic factor, right? So obviously low pH is because of HCl, right? Talking about functions of gastric acid, it help in digestion of all the macronutrients. So digestion per se is basically it combine the digestive juices and help in mastication, the grinding of the large particle into small particles. So HCl will help in digestion process of all the micronutrients, proteins and fats. So the basically grinding occur here. Otherwise, the salivary lipase becomes active here, and it performs some fat digestion. It is very important in immune function, because in HCl no microbacteria they can't survive. Insoluble mucus, it's forming, which help in protection of all epithelial cells from the HCl. Then it secrete intrinsic factor, so B12 absorption it is helping. It also convert ferric to ferrous form, the iron, which is very important. So in presence of HCl, the Fe3 positive is converted to Fe2 positive, which is needed for the absorption of iron. Yes, it also help in storage of food, and pepsin activation is basically done because pepsinogen is secreted. Pepsinogen is secreted in inactive form, and it becomes pepsin in presence of HCl. So protein digestion happen because of this HCl here over here. So that is all about the stomach, some minute detail of structural aspect of stomach, gastric acid, the mechanism of gastric acid, and composition and function of gastric acid. In next video, we'll talk about the regulatory part of gastric acid secretion, how basically the neural, the hormonal, and the paracrine regulation helps us to increase or decrease the HCl secretion based on various conditions. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any query, you can comment below. Please share this video to others to help others. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.